Okay. Hey, everybody. It's Mary Jo from MaryJoesCreations. Um, how's everybody doing? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, how you doing? I hope everybody's doing good. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you like it and stick around. I talk about yarn and I crochet a lot. And just chatting, crocheting, making stuff, talking about yarn. And I I know I just finished up my challenge. I kind of fell a little short. I think it was way too ambitious for all those big projects to be done in 12 days. Just a little bit, just a little ambitious. I did get 2 full cardigans done, if you saw that video. 2 of them are done completely. And I did today work on some of the panel. I'll show that to you in just a little bit. But before we get into the crocheting, I wanted to show you something. Now, I've never done this before on camera. I've never done yarn unboxings or anything like that. I really don't do that. Maybe in the future I might do that, but I haven't done that. But this is special. There's it's one of the YouTubers that I watch all the time. Her name is Jessica from Berg's Nest Crochet, and she does quarterly subscription boxes. Now, I've never been able to get one. I was lucky enough that last week, I think it was, she still had a few winter boxes available, and they were discounted. I believe they're all gone now, but she did have them at a discounted price, and I was able to get one. Because I really can't get it every month. It's way too much for me, or every quarter, not every month, every quarter. They're quarterly boxes. So it's for a year. And, unfortunately, I'm not able to get them every month. But like I said, they were on sale. And so I really wanted one so bad. Because I've been seeing like a bunch of people opening theirs, and I just wanted one so bad. So I was able to get one. Now, I did open the tape, and I was going to open it, and then I thought, let me just show it here, right? So this is what the box looks like. Berg Box Quarterly. It's the winter box. And there's a little sticker that tells you everything that's in the box. There's a whole bunch of goodies in here. So I'm not good at reading out loud. But it says Winter Berg Box Cozy Hot Cocoa. Did you know I have a second seasonal hot cocoa bomb business? For the winter edition of Berg Box Quarterly, I wanted the theme and colors to give a subtle nod to my other business. Get out your favorite mug, because this box is practically begging to be enjoyed with a warm mug of hot cocoa. Inside this box you will find. And there will be hand-dyed yarn from Mitten Fiber Arts, hot cocoa cup keychain crochet kit, rubber stamp for signing your makes, fox leather folded tags, crochet ornaments, and hot cocoa bomb and stirring spoon. And that's everything that's right here on this beautiful sticker. Now, I did check out the Cocoa Bomb, and I'm dying because I might actually go make this right now. Okay. Milk chocolate hot cocoa bomb. Instructions: place in mugs. Slowly pour 8 to 12 ounces of hot milk, water, or coffee, and stir and enjoy. Should I do it with coffee? I'm a coffee addict, if nobody knows. I just never have coffee with me because I'm also very clumsy. So I don't want my coffee near my yarn because I will spill it. So I keep it away, but I drink coffee all day long. I don't know. I might do it in milk, though. I might heat up some milk and do it in milk. But look how pretty that is. I'm dying to try this. Now I'm going to do the yarn last. Here's the spoon. That is so adorable. Oh my god, I can't wait to go use that right now. And here's one of the packages. Now, it looks a little messy because I actually did open it. Not gonna lie. And let's see what's in here. Okay. There's a stamp, and it says, oh, that's upside down, Mary Jo. Handmade with love by, and you put this on the ink pad, which I need to get one. I don't think I have one. And you could stamp cards or whatever. I love that. That's one of the things one of the reasons why I really wanted this box along with the cocoa bomb and the yarn. Here's a little ornament that we are going to put up next year. And it says, I turn yarn into things. Which I do every day. And I just want to show you. And she does these herself. She has laser, and she does these all herself. She does have a store online. You can always check her out. She's amazing. You could check her out on YouTube. She's here. I love the little twine that comes with it, that you can put it on there so you can, have your little ornament. And I'm actually, because, I'm a little impatient, a little crazy. So I am going to put this on here, and then I like to do it this way. And this way. And we're going to tie it. We don't want it hanging too much anyway. And then I'm going to do a nice little bow. And look at how cute that looks. That's wonderful. I can't wait to hang this on my tree this year. And we have little tags. And I'm actually so glad that I got these, because I do have to order more tags very, very soon. I'm running very low on tags, and none of the things I made in February, the whole month, have, I think maybe one or two do, but almost nothing has tags on it, and I need to put tags in. I think once I do that, I might not have any tags left. So I do need to order tags. And I was thinking of ordering them from her because she prints these herself. And now I get to see the quality. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Look how pretty they are. They're all cocoa themed, and I do love making me some cup cozies. So I am definitely going to use these. They are so beautiful. And there's one in each color. All you need is love and hot cocoa or hot chocolate. But first, hot cocoa, hot chocolate kind of day, and then it's the same thing in the teal. And I love that. Look how pretty that is. So let me see if you could see them. Like, there's this one. And this one here. And then this one. And then it's the same exact thing, except in this pink rose color. I would say like a dusty rose. And the rivets are here, and they're like the ones that I like to use. So that's good. And you know what? I definitely do. There's no question I'm going to have to buy tags. But now I'm definitely going to order them from her because I love these tags. They seem very strong. The ones I have now are a little flimsy. These are the tags that I have now. See, and there's like just felt in the back. And they're good. Those are my tags. But I honestly believe that I am going to, I'm honestly going to go get these because, if I'm not mistaken, I did the math and I think the price is exactly the same. But these are much better quality, I think. And I think she does a great job engraving it. They're nice and clean when you fold them. See, I ordered these because I had ordered ones before these that were kind of thick like this, but whenever I bent it, the back would pop out. And that's why I tried these, but these have no leather in the back. It's just the felt. So these have the leather. The felt is sandwiched. Oh, wow. I don't know why that came out like that. It's sandwiched in between the two leather pieces. And I like this one better. It's sturdier. And I'm definitely going to put in an order for more tags for me. Before I run out of those. So I'm glad that I got these and I know the kind of quality that I'm getting. And I think they're beautiful. I think that they came out very nice. So I'm definitely going to order that. And then she does have, I believe this is for an ornament that you scan this QR code that's here. And it'll give you the pattern for the ornament. Now, if y'all know, everything is falling. Everything is falling. Okay. All right. So there's this little leather patch here. And I'm assuming this is what you crochet into to do the bottom. I guess you crochet into it like this. So this is on the outside. And you do, I believe it's a mug. And it looks like hot cocoa. And it says, what does it say? Hot chocolate weather. Now, I'm not, I don't do very well with amigurumi. And there's a little snowflake. I guess you're supposed to like hot glue it onto the cup itself. And then it does come with this little, like, for you to put it on your keychain. I will see. I do want to use that, though. I think that's gorgeous, and maybe I won't make a teacup, but I will definitely use that. Even if I make like a coaster for myself, I will definitely use that because I think that that's absolutely adorable. But I'm not very good with amigurumi. I rather stick to wearables. But the yarn, it won't go to waste though. I will definitely be using that patch, and like I said, what I most likely might do, I don't know why I'm being so gentle. I don't know. But it's like, I feel like I don't want to rip the paper. I'm just crazy. And I ripped the paper anyway. We're going to put this right there because I am going to keep the box. And now, the other thing I was waiting for. This is the first time I've ever gotten yarn like this. I've never even touched yarn like this. This is hand-dyed yarn. It's from Mitten Fiber Arts, and I know it's her friend who hand dyes these yarns. Now, if anyone knows me, you also know I really don't like DK weight yarn, but I do use it on occasion. But this feels a lot different than, you know, I don't really like DK yarn because number one, it's so thin, and number two, most of it feels so slippery. I don't know. I'm crazy. Okay, so it is 85% superwash extra fine merino wool, which I've never had before. This is the first time. Oh, wow. This is so soft. This is the first time I've ever touched any yarn this nice. And it is 15% nylon. And I think that they use the nylon to help the colors stay, if I'm not mistaken. And it's 123 yards. It's a 50-gram hank of yarn. And I'm not going to take it apart yet because I'm not going to use it just yet. This is what the yarn looks like. Look how beautiful that is. Wow. It's like supposed to be like, it's supposed to go with the theme of the hot cocoa bomb. So there's like chocolate in it. And then there's like cream with like sprinkles. It looks like, I guess that's what the effect is supposed to be. This is one side. And then this is the other. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. I wish I could buy this yarn. It's so soft. Now, hopefully, if I get lucky in the future, and I mean, this isn't going to be enough to make me much of anything, right? But what I was planning on is, if I am able to afford it, 123 yards, right? Where's the label? We're going to put the label back on here so we know what it is. And I might actually even go look her up because I think that she does sell yarn online. But I would really like to get it this way because I know that these colors, I think, are specifically dyed for Jessica. And 123 yards. That'll be like 600 yards. If I get every single one of the boxes, it'll be over 600 yards. And with 600 yards, I could probably make myself a nice little, like, shawl, maybe? Something pretty. But this is gorgeous. I'm definitely going to put this somewhere special in my yarn room and figure out a place to put it so that it just hangs there like this. And, I want to use this for something very, very special. Now, what I also can do is, and I'm going to go through that very soon. I don't know if you know, I've done a PICOT card, right? With someone else that I watch here on YouTube, who's also a darling, Miss Megan Made Me. And I'm doing a PICOT. It's like a bingo card, but it's called a PICOT card. And I am doing that. I will be showing it very soon. And the next time I show it, I will have in the description box, you can go check her out. And I was thinking of what I could do for myself if I do end up getting a blackout on the card and getting everything done on the card. I wanted to give myself a little treat. And honestly, I think I might buy some yarn. And this kind of yarn. And the DK would actually be really nice, and I think this DK will be easy enough for me to work with, because it is a nice, it's very, very lovely. And make myself a sweater in this, and that'll be my reward. Maybe. But I just wanted to share this with you. I don't have a lot. It's just, I wanted to do something special for myself because I didn't get a birthday gift or a Christmas gift. So I thought I would give myself a nice little present and a little, belated Merry Christmas, happy. I mean, I just wanted to do something nice for myself, which I almost never do. So, I'm just so happy with it. I'm so happy that I was able to get one, even though it was so late. And before I start to cry, I am going to stop it here. I'm going to make myself my cocoa bomb. And then I'll come back and I will talk about what I'm going to be doing next, right? Because I didn't complete my challenge, but I do want to finish these projects. And I also would like to do something for St. Patty's Day. So, make some green items for St. Patty's Day. I'm just going to try and be a little bit more realistic and only have one large thing. Everything else is going to be much smaller projects. Like maybe hat or a bag, definitely. The doilies. Well, not really a doily. It's going to be a centerpiece. Not a table runner either, but with cotton yarn, I want to make something for my table. So those little things, the only big thing that I know is going to be in there is going to be my cardigan, which I've been putting off making because it is green, because of St. Patrick's Day. And then I wanted to do, it was Valentine's Day, then I wanted to do this. So that green cardigan is the only big project that I have. If by any chance we do get a moment where, my projects are almost all done and I have time, I will make something else. There's another cardigan that I wanted to make, but I'm not putting that pressure on myself this time. So when I come back, we'll talk more about that and what I plan on doing. And, you know, we'll get down to it. All right. I'll be right back. Just give me a second. Okay. Hey guys. It's been a couple of days. After I did the unboxing, I really was not feeling well. What do you call that? I had, wow. I went to the doctor to get my test results, and I've had a thyroid condition since I was a teenager. Well, apparently my thyroids don't want to work at the moment. So, that would explain a whole bunch of crap that's been happening lately, especially with my weight. So I and my hormones, it's just a bunch of stuff that just all hit at the same time and apparently made it a perfect storm. I've been feeling dizzy lately, and it's just a lot. So after I did that clip, I believe I actually took a nap. And, then proceeded to stay up till 3 in the morning because I couldn't sleep. But that's a different story. I wasn't feeling too good yesterday either. Today is Wednesday. And I'm trying to get this video up today. I had a few appointments earlier and I wasn't able to film before. So I want to close out this video. I wanted to share the PICOT card with you. I did finish one item on my PICOT card. Create 4 items for Valentine's Day. I did that. Now, some of these here are almost done. And I'm trying to figure out, I think what I might do is if I have some that are in progress, what I think I might do is put a line like through it, not color it in completely. Like you see how I colored this in completely. I know you might not be able to see. Don't judge my handwriting. I was writing fast and they're very small blocks. But I colored it in with a pink highlighter, and I was thinking that maybe what I might do is, if they're ones that are started, I'm going to put a line through it just so I know that I'm working on those. Those are actively being done. And then once I finish it, I can color it in. But that's the only thing I have completed right now. So yeah. This is my PICOT card. I have 1 block so far. Hopefully by the end of this month, I will have a few more out. A few more colored in. I'm sorry. All jokes aside, honestly, my concentration has been really, out of control, and I was told that it's, a combination of my thyroids and my fibromyalgia and my ADHD all working together. Isn't that lovely? It's awesome. And, apparently menopause, also doesn't help. But it is what it is, right? Okay, so I opened the box. Y'all saw that. That was my first unboxing. I showed you my PICOT card. And I honestly cannot remember what else I did in that first half of the video. I am still actively working on the sweater. I don't know where it is right now because I took it with me to the doctor and I think it's still in my bag. And I'm working on the squares. And so my plan is to just this week try to finish up the sweater, the panels, and the blanket. Or at least get all the squares done. I'll be happy if I can just have all the squares done by the end of the week. If I can't put it together, then, you know, like, I can do that after the, wow, words, St. Patty's Day Challenge. And the St. Patty's Day Challenge, I'm going to do it a little bit different than the Valentine's Day Challenge. I'm still trying to figure out how exactly I want to do them, or even this last challenge, because this last challenge was just nutty. I don't know why on earth I thought that I was going to literally be able to make 3 sweaters and 2 cardigans, a sweater, and a blanket in 12 days. That was a little, let's say, ambitious. Let's use that word. Ambitious. I like the sound of that word better. But anyway, I am going to be working on finishing the sweater, which I believe, honestly, I do have somewhere else to go tonight, but I will be working on the front panel for the rest of the day, wherever I can get it done. And see how much before I go to sleep is done. Sorry, for some reason I have the hiccups. I'm going to see how much of it I can get done. And then whatever I'm not able to finish, whether it's the panel, which I think I can have the panel done by tonight. Because it is a lot faster. The front panel is going to be a lot faster because I'm only going up halfway, and then I'm going to start the split, and, you know, it decreases as it goes up, so it'll be, you know, a lot faster on, you know, and then the second side won't take very long. So I'm hoping to have both panels done by tonight, and hopefully I can crochet them together tonight, because I think that's how I'm going to attach this sweater, because this yarn is, I was going to say a nightmare, but in certain parts, like frogging, no, it's just like the Fairyland yarn. It's horrible. I can't frog with this. I had to frog with it, and I had to frog a little bit, and that was just absolute torture. But it works up pretty easily, and it's so beautiful and drapey, and I love it. But you can't sew with this either, because the friction, it'll pull apart. It's just the way the yarn is spun, I guess, so I've been told. But it's a roving yarn, and there are parts of it that I tell you feel like a 2-weight, and there are parts that feel like a 3-weight. Why this is classified as a 4-weight, I don't know. Because even like the thicker yarn, like right here, that does not feel like a 4-weight to me. Here is Big Twist, okay? And now Big Twist for me is on the thinner side of a 4-weight, because it is thinner than Hobby Lobby, and it is thinner than Michael's, and it's also thinner than Premier. This is a 4-weight. This is the thicker part of this yarn. Can y'all see that? That's because it's not fully spun. So I guess maybe a light 4-weight. But now, when you get down to it, and it gets really thin, look at that. And in some parts, it gets thinner than that. So, and I know, I've said in the past, I don't want to work with roving yarn ever again. And I really don't like 3-weight yarn. Yes, it's a pain to work with. More so because of the fact that it's so difficult to frog. You can't make a mistake with it. Crocheting with it, I guess I got used to it. It doesn't bother me so much. Although, and look, see how thin it gets? Even from like, if you look at it compared to itself, like, it gets so thin. And it does alter the structure, I guess that's the words I'm looking for. So, like, you know, one row, oh, the yarn will be really, really thin, and then the yarn gets thicker, but it does look so pretty. It flows so nicely. The panel is coming out absolutely gorgeous. The panel is gorgeous. I know that the sweater itself is going to be beautiful. Now, would I use this like I use my acrylic to create a project? Absolutely not. No way. No way whatsoever. I would definitely not use that yarn to create something. You know, like the way I like to do it. Like, now, if I have my pattern down right, and I know I'm not going to need to frog back and forth because I have it written down and it's the right way, then I will use that, because let me tell you, this sweater is going to be gorgeous. I know it is. And I have the same yarn, but I think it's in black and white. And I'm not sure what I want to do with it yet. But I do want to use it. And I think that I might find another, maybe some more colors or something, like, I don't know, in a 3-weight yarn. Again, this is a 4. I don't see this really feeling like a 4 to me. This should have been really classified as, I mean, like I said, the very few pieces that are thick like this, maybe a light 4, or like something like there. But for the most part, this yarn is very thin. And again, it's because it's a roving yarn. And now that I know that if I use it, because I think that that would be absolutely beautiful for sweaters. Any of those. And I don't mind using 3-weight yarn when I'm making a sweater. Now, if I want it thicker, then obviously I will use like the big twist, because it's on the thinner side, but it's much warmer. You know what I mean? Loops and threads, and I have a sweater with loops and threads and Hobby Lobby. And I love it, and it's warm, my birthday sweater. But that's on the thicker side. And I think like just maybe 1 or 2 of those or 3 of those would be good to have. But for the most part, I don't think I will be making sweaters in a 4-weight heavy yarn like that. I will save that yarn for, I love my cardigans. I love my cardigans with a thick 4-weight yarn. Now, as far as, like shawls, maybe. I do have a shawl that's in a 5-weight. Shawls, blankets, cardigans, ponchos, I will do them in 4-weight. I want to try, I did a gradient one, the Mandela gradient in my shawl, and it's gorgeous. But, you know, that, I'll do it. But I also want to work up a shawl, and a poncho in this yarn. I might regret it, but as long as I have the pattern written down and I can just follow how many rows I have to do and know exactly what I'm doing, it's not going to be a problem. The more I use it, the more I use different yarns, the more I get a feel for it. Now, I can tell you that when it comes to, like, velvet yarn, I don't like it. Blanket yarn, I don't like it. I will make a blanket out of blanket yarn. Sorry, but I still refuse to make Ami. It's not for me. It's not my thing. I do like to make hats, like witches' hats, which I will be doing another one for Halloween. I just don't know what colors I'm going to be doing them, but I will be doing another conical hat for Halloween. You know, but like as far as doing Ami, that's not my thing, and I'm not very good at it. I've tried it. There's still too many holes. I don't know what I'm doing. I've gone down to a 4mm hook and I can't. And that yarn is like, I like chenille yarn and velvet yarn to make scrunchies, which that's what I use it for. But I do have a big skein of brunette velvet in purple, I believe. A friend of mine gave it to me, and because she wasn't going to use it. And I have 4 skeins of this velvet yarn that I bought on Amazon. That I bought it when I didn't know exactly what I was doing yet, and it's too slippery for scrunchies. I've made scrunchies out of it, but I don't care for it. So what I was thinking is maybe I might make a blanket with it and just get rid of it. Maybe make, you know, I don't know, a granny square, although I've heard that yarn is not great for granny squares, but maybe I'll do half double crochet blanket with it, which sounds absolutely terrifying and insane, but I did make a blanket out of blanket yarn in a granny square, and I love it, and it did work up rather quickly. So I don't know, but we will be figuring that out as we go forward. I do have quite a bit of fun ideas for videos that I want to do. I want to complete all those whips that I have that I carried over from last year. They weren't a lot by some standards. I mean, for some people, anything more than 3 is a lot, right? For some people, you know, 15 is not a lot. I did do some though. So I have to check that list too. I did get rid of some. In February, I think. In January, I think. And in February, I think. Some of them were crossed off. Maybe 1 or 2. I have to look on my list. But I want to do that video where I finish my whips. And I also want to do a video for, I want to do a video going over how much yarn I use this month. Which, I'll do that when I show you also what I made in the month of February. Which I don't think was, you know, that bad. I think I did a pretty decent amount of projects, especially considering that I believe it was in total for the entire month of February. It was something like 4 cardigans, a sweater, a bag, and then a whole bunch of little stuff like hats and the wrist um, lanyards for keys. I know that's all wrong, but they're to put on your keys, and then like you know, it's like a lanyard, but it slides onto your wrist. I forget what they're called, but anyway, I made a few of those. I don't have all of them anymore. I gave two away, one to my best friend and one to my landlord, who's a very sweet person, and she actually was the one who told me to. She crochets. She mainly makes like baby blankets. And I asked her if she could teach me, and she said that she was not a very good teacher and she can only do it off of a pattern. So she told me to go on YouTube. And now when she sees me, she tells me she created a monster. Because I am way past anything that she does. But, you know, I do have some projects that I also want to do for her daughters. They volunteer for an animal shelter, and every year they have a tricky tray. I participated last year and donated some items, and they were apparently a very big hit. So I got to reach out to her daughter and find out when this is and when she needs the projects by. So, you know, we can do maybe some headbands and maybe a small purse that won't take me very long. You know, I think I did give away a market bag last year, but, you know, that was one of the first ones. Actually, that was one of the first ones I ever did. So I make mine a granny square, and then I do the handles like the mesh market bags. So it's a granny square, but it looks like a mesh market bag. That's the best way I can describe it. They are up on my website if you want to go take a look at them. But I might do something like that. Some bucket hats, some bandanas, maybe some kind of a bag that doesn't take me 6 hours to make. You know what I mean? Those market bags take me at least 5-6 hours to make. The body is rather quickly, but the straps take almost as long as the entire bag. You know, like the body of the bag. So, I am going to make another one of those totes. And I still don't have a good idea of how long it takes me, because the one I made, I was like, you know, figuring it out as I went. So right now, when I do it for the St. Patty's Day challenge. Actually, no, not even then. I have a custom bag. That's another thing I forgot. I have a custom order for the tote. In specific colors, blue, white, and yellow. And it's for another friend of mine. He wants it for his mom. So I'm going to work on that. That's why I want to see if I can get the sweater done by today. No, sorry, not today. Tomorrow. If I can get the whole sweater done by tomorrow, you know, like at least like tonight, I want the panels sewn together. If I can have the front panel done and the panels sewn together before I go to sleep, and tomorrow all I have to do the sleeves, that is the best case that I want. Because then tomorrow I can start on the bag. And I can also time myself, and then I'll go from the bag to granny squares, because the bag does take it out of my hands. You know, like it takes it out on my hands. It's very rough because I'm double stranding it. So if I can always alternate, and I want to time myself doing the bag. So I know how much time it actually takes me, physically takes me to make the bag. Not counting all the breaks. You know what I'm saying? Like I want for price wise. I don't think it takes very long, the actual crocheting of it. However, I do have to take breaks in between because it is really hard on my hands because I'm double stranding 4-weight yarn. Fun times. Just like the hat. The hat actually did not take me very long to crochet. Just a couple of hours. But I couldn't work on it, in a row because it was killing my hands. So if I can start the bag tomorrow, that would be awesome, because I would be able to work on the bag, and when I needed a break from the bag, I could make squares and then go back to the bag. And I'm going to time myself doing the bag because I need to know how to price it, because I want to be fair. But anyway, this video is long enough. There are a lot of great things to come, and I'm kind of getting the hang of this. Again, I did not put out a video yesterday. I am sorry. I really was not feeling well. Like I said, between the fibromyalgia, the ADHD, the thyroid problem, and everything else, I was not good yesterday. So I didn't film anything. I worked on the panel, and I was able to almost finish it. I think I only had to do 2 rows this morning because I got so dizzy I couldn't see straight anymore last night. And I wasn't able to finish it. But I literally think I did 3 rows this morning. That was it. So I'm going to go work on that, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for stopping by. Leave me a comment. You can ask me any questions or anything like that. Just be, polite and respectful. That's all I ask for. Be nice. Be kind. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you like being here, hit that subscribe button. You can hit the little bell, and it'll let you know when I'm on. And you can also hit the thumbs up button and give it a like. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, friends.